What is up guys, it's Rob. Hope you're doing it really good out there. Once again, I want to quickly apologise for my lack of videos lately. I've been super busy with lots of gigs and stuff like that, and after a year of not doing any gigs at all last year in 2020, it's really fun to be back gigging and stuff like that, but as a result, my video making has slowed down a little bit, so apologies for that. But I've got a pretty cool video for you guys today, something I'm quite excited about. As you can see by the title, the lovely folks over at Sonicake pedals have very kindly sent me their new pedal in their range to test out, which is the Sonicake Rude Mouse Distortion pedal, and it has two different modes. It's got a classic mode and a hot mode. So you switch between the two modes, classic and hot, with this little switch at the top here, just up and down. Classic is at the top. Hot is if you put it in the downwards position, and obviously they have slightly different tones to them, different qualities and things like that. Classic is more your warm, vintage, overdrive distortion tone, the general tone you would expect from a pedal like this, and the hot mode, that just kicks things up another notch, and it actually gives it more volume as well as a bit more brightness and things like that, so you could probably get more of a high gain sort of tone. So that's what we're going to be checking out. So you've got a main switch here, main turny dial there, which is just the overall gain and distortion that you want on the tone. You've got a level here, which is your volume control, how loud you want this to be. And you've got a filter there, which is just an EQ, which just goes between a nice bright tone or adds a bit more mids and bass, that sort of thing. So that's basically it. It's quite simple to look at, and there's not much more to it other than a 9-volt power supply on the top. So before I plug this in and show you guys how it sounds, I want to show you how I'm actually going to set it up and use it in my rig. So here we go, here's my pedal board. As you can see, this is literally everything I use live. As you can see, I've got some Sonicake pedals on here already. I've got the noise wiper pedal, I've got the volwah, which is really handy, and I've got the Twiggy blues pedal. And I'll show you and talk about how I use those in a little bit. But the Rude Mouse is here, and I'm going to put this in this little gap here. I've got some patch cables ready to plug it in. But very quickly, I just want to explain what I'm actually doing here. Is I'm running straight into my tuner pedal. Tuner goes into the volwah, and then the volwah goes into this gap here, which is going to be where the Rude Mouse is. And then I'm going to send the Rude Mouse into the noise gate, the noise wiper, just to sort of clean up any unwanted after noise or anything like that, if there is any. And then I'm going to run the noise gate straight into my main sort of amp, if you like, which is this Sansamp pedal, which in this instance, this is just a general clean tone. There's literally barely anything on it. It's just a general clean guitar amp sort of tone. So you're basically going to hear the pedal in its most raw form, which is just pedal in front of a clean amp. And then obviously I go into the Twiggy blues, into this chorus pedal here, straight out, and I've got it plugged straight into my computer there. And I'm gonna do absolutely no post-production on my computer or anything like that. So everything you're gonna hear is basically guitar into the pedal, into the Sansamp, but obviously through the noise gate as well. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and get to some playing and show you guys how it sounds. So this is the sound of my guitar straight in, no pedals engaged except the noise wiper gate and obviously the Sansamp to give me that amp sort of sound. Just a clean tone. So now I'm going to go to my bridge pickup on my guitar, and I'm going to kick on the Rude Mouse pedal. And as you can see, I've got it set on classic mode, which is the one at the top. The level is just over 1/4 on the dial, and the filter is not too far different from that. But I've got the gain on the main gain switch turned down just under 12 o'clock, because I don't want to sort of overpower it too much at first. So let's hear how that sounds. Turned it off with it. I mean, that's a pretty good tone, just in general, just for a bit of rhythm. Even for a little bit of lead. It's got quite a natural sound to it, which I really like. You know I like my AC/DC and stuff, that's why I've got the SG, so you know I like that classic rock sort of sound. And I think I'm getting that quite nicely with this. So I think at first, I'll show you the filter. This is the EQ sort of thing. So the filter is all the way off now. So I've got a nice bright tone there. And the more I turn it up, you can hear what that does to the tone. It kind of changes it and makes it a little bit darker and a little bit more muffled. So what I've done there is I've turned it so it's roughly around about 1/4 on the dial. So it's giving me a bright tone but not too over the top. The level is the volume, so I'll very quickly demonstrate. Obviously, you know what a volume switch does. But the way that I'm trying to work it with my pedal board is that if I turn the Rude Mouse off, I'm not getting too much of a difference between my clean tone and my distortion. Seems like a good level, that seems like it's roughly the same, so when I go from one to the next, it's not going to massively jump up in volume or down and sound a little bit weird whilst I'm playing a gig. Anyway, as I said, that was with the gain switch, the actual main gain knob turned quite down, so I'm going to turn it up now. So let's check out hot mode. Straight away, that's a lot louder. So I'm going to back off the level a little bit. You can really hear that brighter tone coming through on this setting. That's with the gain turned roughly around about 10 to, so I'm going to put it at 12 o'clock. This is the main gain switch there. Cool, okay, I mean this is the hot mode, so you're going to want to hear what it can do. You're going to want to hear it being completely opened up with all its distortion glory, so let's hear how that sounds. Now, obviously that was the gain around about 12 o'clock, so obviously now if I show you, I'm going to crank it basically, not all the way, but quite high up, and then I'll mess about with the level as well, and the EQ, because you can get quite an interesting sort of tone with this. I feel like if you wanted a metal tone, this would be your best bet. I mean, you got to keep in mind, this is literally just a pedal going into a pedal, going to a computer, so there's no amp, there's no valves or anything like that, which is obviously the best sort of thing if you want a really good metal tone, unless you've got like a Kemper or a Helix or something like that, which has obviously modeled tones from those specific amps. But I don't think you get a bad option with this at all. There's a little bit of fuzz going on there as well. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's basically with everything cranked apart from the filter, obviously. I mean, if I turn the filter up, again, all the way off. So you can really hear the difference there. Anyway, that's basically all the Rude Mouse pedal does. It's got all these different sort of tones. But I like this Rude Mouse pedal on the classic setting. So if I switch the switch at the top back to classic mode, I like the gain setting, the main dial turned roughly just under 12 o'clock. And the filter and level roughly around about 1/4 to. In fact, I need to turn the level up a bit. It's gone a bit quiet. Actually, that sounds really good on the middle pickup, I think. So there you go guys, there's the Sonicake Rude Mouse pedal. I really hope you enjoyed this video and this little demo. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm very curious to find out. So this pedal is brand new in the Sonicake range, as I said, and it's available now. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description to where you can go and pick one up if you like this video. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. If you're new to my channel, then please subscribe. Don't forget to head over to Sonicake's website, check out some more of their pedals. And if you want one of the Rude Mouse pedals, link in the description. Anyway, that's it for me this week. Take care, and hopefully I'll catch you in my next video.